Businesses are accelerating organizational realignment in order to change with their customer demands and do more with less. Unfortunately, most enterprise businesses are dealing with long manual processes, shifting their focus away from the goal of aligning the organization to key business objectives. Hanley provides an environment that automates and streamlines the traditional manual processes surrounding organizational transformation, so that your company can focus on optimizing organizational realignment and informed decision-making. Over the next few minutes, we will demonstrate the power of Hanley's organizational design in the transformation process. Let's start with the following. You can see with a few clicks, you have a complete view of your company's current reality to identify issues, assess talent vulnerabilities, and hedge against risk.
So here I am expanding out the organization structure, enabling the analytics, switching from one analytic to another, and then continuing to expand the structure to show you how everything updates in real time.
Here is where Hanley starts to go to work. Stakeholders can create scenarios, set objectives, and define KPIs in order to measure the impact of change in real time.
So to begin with, I create a new scenario, and I set some criteria for that scenario, things like key date when that scenario is going to be active. Once the scenario is created, I then go ahead and set some targets. The first target I'll create will be one for span of control. I can set the target to a fixed value or a range. In this case, I'm going to set it between 5 and 13. Change the colors. And then I'm going to go ahead and set a second target. In this case, it's going to be a headcount target. And this target's going to be a decrease in terms of percentage, between 3 and 5%. Once I've done that, I can then go ahead and look at my overall organization structure and see how close am I to meeting those particular targets or objectives.
Once the key business stakeholder accesses Hanley, they can create a new organizational structure and then fill in the right positions with the right people, review their decisions, make corrections, and cascade refined targets to align organizational structure to business objectives.
So here I have a vacant position that needs to be filled. So to do that, I'm going to take a look at the employees who could potentially fill that position. I can filter that employee list based on job grade, on their skills, and select just the people who would be appropriate. I can then put them side by side, view their individual profiles, or even add them to a compare. And with that compare, I can then decide which one of these individuals is the best one to fit this particular position. So in this case, I can see I've got a very high performer in Ralph. He looks like a good fit for this particular position. So then I'll go ahead and take Ralph and drag and drop to assign him to this vacant position.
Once the right people have been placed into the right positions, the impact of changes can be measured through Hanley's highly visual advanced analytics capabilities. Overview, slice and dice, and understand the impact of changes from multiple viewpoints.
So first off, I will go ahead and enable the employee analytics of this division. I can then very easily switch from one analytic view to another. I can then get much more detailed information about this particular group or division by looking at the dashboard. So these are demographic and talent-related analytics. I can add additional analytics and interact with this dashboard.
Once the key business leader is satisfied with the changes, they can collaborate with other stakeholders in the approval process for final comments and approvals. Moreover, they can ensure that there is a consensus, that all targets are met, there are no discrepancies or talent gaps, and that the organizational structure is optimized and aligned with business objectives. Find out how Hanley can help transform your organization faster.